Every day when you go to the gym, when you go to work, it's a challenge. You got to work hard, and you have to completely, tirelessly, countlessly, remind people of your vision, no matter what.
I know how it is day to day. It's a constant man ego check going on in this street, in this world. So part of that is just like, that's my resume. But as far as the media, they look at it as something different. They don't care about my resume. They don't care about me not getting in trouble. It's just another story, and it's a real story. They don't have to pay for it, and they're gonna milk it for all it's worth. As far as people, they want me, when they first see me, to humble myself. They want me to be like this and just because they're scared of me. But I don't feel like that's my job, to humble myself, to show you that I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat, unless you're a threat to me. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, when you meet Pac, he's different than he is, because when somebody one-on-one, anybody one-on-one, I believe, honestly, that I can talk. I believe that I have the ability to reason, I have logic, I have compassion, I have understanding. If we talk, there's no problems. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what happens. People use what they heard in the media, and that's how they come at me.
So I don't know. Once I found out I was decent at something, I just kind of focused and just, went for it. I was afraid, I was afraid early on, like 15, 16 years old. I was afraid that to go into any clubs or anything like that to say my raps, because I felt like I wasn't good enough yet. So I had to get to a certain spot. So I had to break into the house through the back window, which was my old window. Broke in, slept on the floor, got up the next day, went to the Rap Olympics, and by the first prize was $500, and I needed that $500, man, and I lost it. And I was fucking devastated. And then this kid, Dean Geislinger, walks up to me and he's like, yo, man, you got one of those CDs? And I was like, yeah. And I kind of just tossed it to him, right? And didn't think nothing of it. I didn't know that Dean worked with Jimmy Iovine. So he gave it to Jimmy gave it to Dre, and I'm back in Detroit now, fucked, right? I have nothing, like nowhere to go. And I get the call and I'm like, oh shit, this is about to happen. Yeah, man, it's a psychological thing. I think that once you,
the people who are sparked by it and the people who are offended by it, it doesn't fucking matter. Fuck you, because it's about motivating the doers. And people can write all they want, but what are people doing? And if there's anybody that's out there doing, they know how hard it is to actually do. If everything I did failed, which it doesn't, it actually succeeds. But if everything I did failed, just the fact that I'm willing to fail is an inspiration. People are so scared to lose that they don't even try. It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people?
My mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're gonna do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up in the way that they control people with low self-esteem, with improper information, with branding, with marketing. I refuse to follow those rules. It's about truth, it's about information, it's about awesomeness, and the only luxury is time.
For anybody who feels like that, right? Like I just feel like I'm worthless. I'm not nothing in this world. Anybody who feels that and then finds something that they're actually good at, it's like I think that's what makes somebody go for that so hard.
All the society is doing is leeching off the ghetto. They use the ghetto for their pain, for their sorrow, for their culture, for their music, for their happiness, for their movies, to talk about boys in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be I don't want to be 50 years old at a BET We Shall Overcome Achievement Awards. You know what I'm saying? Not me. You know, I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody's going to clean it up.